Charlie Boy was threatening to sue Peter Obi. Charlie Boy, yes, Charles Oputa, the one that, his father was a high court judge, or was at one time Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Well, he's threatening to sue Peter Obi. So I just said, why is Charlie Boy saying all this? What's wrong with Charlie Boy? I was like, oh, Charlie Boy is always seeking attention. But I decided, I said, well, let me just, give him a benefit of doubt and find out why he's threatening to sue Peter Obi. And lo and behold, I understood Charlie Boy's point. And that's what I want to talk about today on my channel. I'm Evangelist Jessica John Brimer. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so now. And if you have already subscribed, I want to say a special thank you to you. Please keep on watching. Charlie Boy, threatened to sue Peter Obi. If Peter Obi did not change his manner of walking the crowd, his manner of apparent disdain for security, for his own security. He just, he knows people like him and he's walking the crowd and, but it's risky. It's very, very risky. The other time, they caught a man with dagger. The man was just standing with people. Along the way, Peter Obi was supposed to walk through to enter into the stadium. They caught him before Peter Obi came to that point. So anything can happen. And one thing I know is that there's so much insecurity in Nigeria, and the killers will just blame it on the insecurity. Oh, yes. I don't put anything. I don't take anything for granted at all when it comes to this government and the way that human lives mean nothing to them. When I think of the fact that most northern leaders that ruled Nigeria have taken joy in killing the best amongst us. Babangida did it with Delegiwa. He just wasted that life. He just wasted Delegiwa for no reason. An intellectual, a journalist, a respected person in the country, highly respected internationally too. Buhari just wasted, Babangida's government just wasted him. And then Abacha came, wasted Kensaro Wiwa and so many other people, including Kudirat, Abiola's wife. And just when Abacha had died, the government that took over from Abacha wasted Abiola. They just killed him. So if they could kill all these people, we've seen it as a trend amongst northern leaders. Once they come, they're looking for who to slaughter. Maybe somebody that gave them some kind of inferiority complex. They feel, oh, this person is so educated, I feel low with him. Let me just kill him because I have the power. Because otherwise, no matter how low you feel, no matter the level of inferiority complex you have, the fact that you're president should give you some kind of peace and contentment, and then this desire to make sure that everybody is okay, not the desire to cause so much chaos, so much insecurity in the country, turning people's children into killers, and then you think that's the way to show that you're powerful. It doesn't make sense to me, Somebody was showing me this, and he said, have you seen this? I said, no, what's that? He said, just watch this. Just watch this. We talk about unknown gunmen, but the government is turning a blind eye to the real unknown gunmen. Somebody sent me this. I want to lower the volume, but you see the picture. This is Asare Dokubo. Asare Dokubo has his men in black, well armed. They are all well armed. Look at them displaying their prowess and what they have. And nobody's going after them. The police are not going after them. The army is not going after them. Asare Dokubo supports the government in power, and he's supporting the incoming government, the government that they want to hand over to the incoming APC government, or the APC government that wants to continue, killing and ruling over Nigerians. Asare Dokubo is supporting them. So where is Asare Dokubo getting all the money to arm all these people, to have these men in black? Asare Dokubo is not in the military. Asare Dokubo is not in the police. What has given Asare Dokubo the temerity to have this large army of young men? This large army of young men, yes. Look at them. Yes, you can see them. We hear unknown gunmen every time. Unknown gunmen. They just destroying INEC offices in the southeast. They just killing people. Once they see you in a posh car, maybe with even security police, they just kill you. And the government is not interested in finding out who these people are. They just go and arrest miscreants on the road and say, these are the unknown gunmen. They're just using it as an excuse to slaughter communities in the southeast, to slaughter people. And they have the headsmen slaughtering people, they have the Nigerian military slaughtering people, and they have these men in black slaughtering people as well. Do you know that the commander, one of the commanders in the 82 division of the Nigerian army, the man in charge really used to be a commander of Boko Haram. So they just put him there, and he's the one supervising the killings going on in Southeast. The invaders would just come to communities and burn houses and kill people and slaughter people and take over their farmlands, the farm settlements, take over their homes. And then when the people wake up and resist and say, no, you can't keep doing this to us, they will form a vigilante and say, no, they can't keep, they have sacked over 30 villages. It might be our village next. Let's resist this. Once you do that, the very next day, they've seen that you're raising your head, the military will just come in from the Enugu 82 division. They will just come in hundreds and burn houses and slaughter people and chase everybody away and say, oh, they are chasing after IPOB. They're using IPOB as an excuse now to take over lands by force, to slaughter people. They are killing people in thousands. As I'm speaking to you now, killings are going on in Southeast Nigeria, in South Nigeria, all over the country. But the government is still there. They want to remain in power because they feel they've got what it takes to remain in power. So, as long as they have seen that Obi has followership, has popularity, and everybody is saying Obi, north, south, east, and west, they can eliminate him. And sadly, if they eliminate Obi, nothing will happen. They killed Abiola. What did Abiola do? Abiola contested an election. He played by the rule. And just when they saw he was winning the election as they were announcing it, they stopped and they said, no, you can't rule over us. So Nigerians can't determine who rules. You know, that's why when people keep saying Obi, 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 and I say, well, the people who have the power, are they ready to give it to Obi if Nigerians say they want Obi? A point came when Nigerians said they wanted Abiola. What happened? They locked up Abiola. They killed him. They killed his wife. Yes. So they've gotten away with so much over the years, and they keep doing it and doing it. That's why Nigeria now is filled with rivers of blood. Nigeria is in darkness at the moment. The Bible says that righteousness exalts a nation, but sin brings reproach to a nation. So the reproach is so much, and these people have gotten away with wickedness over the years. And that's why things are going from worst to worst. Look at Cross River State. When the headsmen took over farmlands in Cross River State, started raping women and burning houses, young men rose up in Cross River and said, no, enough is enough. What happened? The next day, the military came and slaughtered them. Those that survived have marks to show for their resistance. They have marks on their body. The young men, at their backs, everywhere, they have very serious marks meted onto them. Meted on them by these soldiers, Nigerian soldiers. So the soldiers' job is to provide cover and protection for the invading Fulanis that have taken over the country. Have you ever asked yourself who is bringing them in? Who is sponsoring them? Government said they have a list of Boko Haram sponsors, but they don't have a list of the invader sponsors. They've not jailed anybody. They've not taken anybody to court. But who is sponsoring these invaders? When this invasion started, they saw busloads of young men from northern Nigeria to southeast. I remember that time they caught them in Aba. They said, oh, they've come to look for jobs. Oh, they should release them. They come to look for jobs. These are the ones now slaughtering people, killing people, men in black all over the place. And the government is just keeping quiet. Somebody said to me, do you know that Buhari is not bothered one bit about all the killings going on? He's not bothered. Why would a leader not be bothered? Why would a president not be bothered? That tells you a lot. That speaks volumes. And that's why I agree with Charlie Boy that P2B should do something about his security. So many people have invested so much emotions in P2B's presidency. They could deny him the presidency. They could kill him. I'm not making a bad prophecy. All I'm saying, we have to be cautious. Bible talks about walking circumspectly. We have to be cautious, my brothers and sisters, because the people we're dealing with are people who take pleasure in slaughtering their fellow human beings, in killing the intellectuals, the best amongst us. They take pleasure in that. So we can't afford to take things for granted. It's so painful what is going on. You heard the story of the woman that went to bury her dead father, a married woman with kids. Her elderly father, old father died. She went to bury, finished the burial in the southern Nigeria. She was going back. They kidnapped her with her husband and kids. The herdsmen, the Fulani invaders, they are being protected by the federal government. They kidnapped them, took them to the bush and tortured this woman, raped her to death. She died. They still collected 4 million naira ransom before they released the husband and the kids. Look at the kind of iniquity that is being perpetrated by this government, present government in Nigeria. The kind of iniquity they're perpetrating, to the extent that the oil, they say for 6 months, NNPC could not remit anything from sale of crude oil. They say the oil is being stolen. How can a government with all the navy and all the military be in power and oil is being stolen? Like P2B said, oil is not like chocolate that you go into a shop and you nick it. No. Oil for you today is a ship on the high sea that will carry the crude oil. So they don't see the ship on the high sea carrying crude oil. They say the oil is being stolen. I mean, how can the same Buhari that told us a man of integrity is coming to stop all the stealing and all the corruption going on? At the end of the day, this is the worst government we've ever had in the history of Nigeria. The most corrupt of all. And to worsen it, they are killing us. They're taking joy in killing innocent Nigerians. So I stand with Charlie Boy. Please, P2B, be careful. Be careful. Be very careful. Because insecurity matters a lot to Nigerians. Let's pray. Let's keep praying. Let's wait and see what happens, but let's keep praying. The God that delivered the Israelites from Egypt is still alive. He will deliver Nigerians from all this. The God that turned Pharaoh and his men and made them end up in the Red Sea, caused Pharaoh and his men to end up in the Red Sea. That God is still alive. And that's the God I pray to every day and say, God, please deliver us from the bondage of Egypt in Nigeria. Deliver us. For the sake of the remnants calling upon your name, oh God, my Father, show that indeed you are a God that rules in the affairs of men. God will keep all of us alive. We shall live to see the goodness of God in the land of Nigeria, and we'll see how it all ends. God is still in the business of saving his own. Thank you very much. I'll just stop it there for now, and I want to thank you for visiting my channel, for watching my programs, and for subscribing to my channel. God bless you. I'm Evangelist Jess Brimer.